Hi. So, the simple answer to this question is that I don't know. I really don't know the answer to this question, but this is my experience. So, first time I encountered this was in high school, and I didn't even know what being gay was at that time. I just come from I came from a small village where such stuff was not talked about, and I really didn't know what it was. But it was really shamed, and I remember some students being cast away from the rest for being suspected of having engaged in homosexual activities. So that's when it came to my radar, and I started analyzing it from there. It was a big thing at that time, and the seclusion from the group was being done to these people, and it was scary. I didn't want to be in that bracket, but it made me think. I didn't even know it was in the Bible at that time. I came to learn that later on that it was something that was in the Bible, and it was prohibited. I could say I had thought about it as a kid, maybe 6, 7, 8 years old, because it's something like your brain works, or my brain worked, and I'm like, these intercourse that they are talking about between a boy and a girl, man and a woman, it could happen between a man and a man because technically a man also has an opening where the other man could use that for sexual purposes or for any other fun activities they was thinking about. So I thought about it. I didn't know it was something mainstream that has a name and is highly prohibited, but I never acted on it or anything like that or talked to anyone about it. This was just my wild thoughts as a kid. But I came to learn about it and its prohibition and everything. And I tried to stay away from the people who were being accused because I didn't want to be accused of it. And I didn't encounter anyone who accused me that time. And I was okay. But I didn't know this would come to haunt me later on. So back in 2015, I moved to Canada to study, as I've mentioned in some previous videos. And homosexual relationships and marriages are legal there. You can marry a man can marry a man, and a woman can marry a woman. So it's a bit open, and people are openly express it. It's a bit hidden here in Kenya, and people are shunned, and they um, they don't share openly about this topic. Apart from recently, I've met a few people who openly admit to being uh, gay or bisexual or lesbian. So yeah, it's nowadays it's gotten more there, but back in 2015 it was a shunned topic. I remember even Obama coming to Kenya at that time, and also I have seen clips of the Ugandan president and other African presidents saying, no, this is not an issue around here and we don't need to address it. But I guess it's becoming more rampant now. So when I arrived there, that's the first time I encountered someone who is openly gay as such. So this was a man. I was just walking out from a store to buy. Well, I don't remember exactly what I was buying, but it was a convenience store. And someone just stopped me. I was a black man, so usually when I meet black people, I say hi or they say hi, and we maybe chat or exchange phone numbers. And I thought it was that, but yeah, it was my first experience with a gay guy. They were asking for my phone number and they wanted us to meet up, and they phrase it as playing games like video games and all that. That's the way of asking me out as a man. So they gave me their phone number. I didn't give them my phone number that time, so they just put their phone number in my phone. I remember I deleted it later on because I didn't want to be involved in such affairs. And I thought that was it. But I was wondering, like, what did this person see in me that made them think that I was homosexual that time? So it was a question that ran in my mind. Then there was a conference I attended later that year, back in 2016, at the beginning of 2016, around April. I went for a conference at the University of California, Berkeley. Uh, uh, that's in California in the US. And I met someone at that time, a white guy. I don't remember his name, but he asked me where I'm from. I told him I'm from Kenya, and he couldn't stop making jokes about Kenyatta. I guessing about Kenyatta. He told me I'd been to Nairobi a few times before. So he kept calling me Kenyatta, which I thought was funny. I don't encounter a lot of people who know much about Kenya, let alone Africa and the rest. So I talked to him for a while, like a few minutes, and then he just comes and asks me, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gay," but the question was asked nonetheless, and I wondered why. So he was a very really nice guy. He didn't push me at that. So he introduced me to a bunch of his gay friends. There were around, I think, 10 of them. And yeah, nice guy introduced me and left. He didn't. We exchanged contacts on Facebook, and yeah, we have never spoken since. But introduced to the group, I said hi to them, and then I left. And that was it. Then later on, I was walking to one of the grocery stores. It's called Metro in Toronto. It was at night, and then this Ethiopian guy stops me. So he introduces himself. I thought we were just saying hi and greeting each other. And the guy later just comes up to me and is like, uh, will you join me? I have a warehouse somewhere out in the outskirts of the city. Would you come and like have sex with me? I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I told him no, I have a girlfriend. I didn't have a girlfriend at that time. I don't think I've ever had a girlfriend really. So I told him our girlfriend, and he just like tells me, we can still do it. A hole is a hole. And, what do I tell this guy now? He was really insistent, and I had tolerated the conversation because I thought it was a casual black person to another black person conversation, and there are plenty of those. So yeah, I didn't know what to respond to him. So I went to the store. He followed me. We were just talking about normal stuff. I went and bought milk, and he was there telling me, don't get." Uh, I think I was getting 0% milk, and he told me get 2%. That's stronger for you. I'm like, no, what's going on? So he was a taxi driver. It's like, I'll take you home. I didn't know how to say no, so I just boarded the vehicle, the taxi that he was in, and I didn't want to direct him to where I live, so I told him to drop me off at somewhere at an intersection where I could just walk home, and he wouldn't know where I went to. So that's what he did. But before he alighted at the car, he put his hands in my private area, and I really pushed him really quickly, and I got out of the car. Later on, I met him like a few days later, and he tried to say hi. I'm like, no, I don't even want to hear hi from you at that time. So yeah, that was another experience. And then um, there was another time I met with a Chinese guy, and an older one actually, much older. He had white hair, and the same thing happened. Just touched me and then went to like give me a hand job or something like that, and I'm like, no, 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 this is not. This is not what I want. I'm not. I don't roll that way. Then yeah, things continued. I met a Ugandan guy. Same thing. Asked me if I was gay, and I told him no. And still, he didn't insist or anything. I was actually down bad so low. He gave me some money at that time. I don't know, a few dollars to buy cigarettes because I was completely broke, and we didn't exchange contacts or anything. Yeah, so that was another experience. Then when I was in a mental hospital for the first time, I met another guy from he's from a country in South America. I don't remember which country, and he was showing me photos of these very hot like women that he hangs out with, and so I was impressed. I was impressed, and I didn't ask much. But after showing me all these photos, it's like I'm gay. It's like I'm gay. I'm like, what? Okay, so these are just your friends and all that and everything, and yeah, that was it. So later on, after showing me all that and telling me this, like, are you gay? No, I'm not gay. So it's a conversation I've had too many times, and I I keep um, I keep getting these people. Um, I came back to Kenya back in 2020, and later on, like when I was in one of the rehabs, I also met someone who opened up to me, and they told me they they were bisexual at that time. I don't know what they wanted out of the conversation, but I told them I am not bisexual or gay at any point. Then there was also that scene. If you watched the previous video, I talked about how I was raped by a man back in Nyandarua at that time. So this is also another person who seems to think that I am gay. He offered me money for it when I told him no, it was about the money, I guess. And yeah, I also remember this other guy, a white guy, a bit older, maybe not very old, maybe in his 40s or so. He had a very large bottle of alcohol, and I was sitting. It was at night, and I was feeling stressed out, so I went and sat on a bench just in the moon and just relaxing. And he's like, "Yeah, do you like me?" And all that. I'm like, "No, I don't like you." He's like, How much money do you want, or do you want me to kill somebody for you?" I was like, "What? Uh, do I want you to kill somebody for me?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not interested in that. I don't want you to kill anybody for me." And yeah, um, I mm, so yeah, I he gave me the alcohol, which I drank, but then afterwards I left, and that was it. There have also been a lot of women as such who have approached me wanting to be friends, but when I make a move, they seem surprised and almost as if they didn't expect it. And the women never told me directly, but based on their reactions, I could tell they were seeing our relationship as just friends, and they want to go with me out to various places. I was a photographer, so I thought they just wanted to take photos, but sometimes they would want to hang out even without taking photos. And I, I, I realized they were seeing me in the same manner. So I really questioned myself, like, what what makes me look gay in these environments? And it seems I look the same in Kenya too, because those are two people in a country where being like homosexual relationships are illegal. I have two people who openly are and are not afraid to admit it. They are around 6 or 7 or 8 people, and I'm not very talkative, so having these many encounters is surprising. So personally, I would say I don't feel it. I'm not attracted to men, at least not in a sexual manner. I do like hanging out with men and boys and all that, doing boy and men things because that was my childhood and that has been my adulthood. I don't have right now. I don't have a single like female friend that I could say is my best friend as such because I'm not really connected like that. And uh, yeah, um, I don't know why. I don't know why this happens. I'm confused. I thought sometimes I thought it's maybe how I talk, maybe how I walk, maybe how I have too many male friends. I don't know whether you can have too many male friends. I really don't know, but yeah. Hopefully, I'll figure it out. And, yeah, just know what to do. Thanks for listening and watching.